Hey everyone, it's Josh, and I'm going to answer a question today. People have inquired to ask me some questions about a couple of my videos that I've made in the past month, specifically pertaining to my current morals and ethics that I live by, the how I still live by street code and things of that nature, how I don't snitch on anybody, like I don't call the police on anybody no matter what, and some people are wondering why I think like that. So I'm going to answer that question today. So I'm going to stick with the snitching. Now, it's been 25 years since I've committed a serious crime. It's been 8 years since I've been homeless. So people are wondering, why don't you just become like a normie, and why don't you just call the police when someone's threatening you, or why don't you call the police when you see your neighbors doing something that you don't like or is technically against the law or whatever? Because you know the way people see it, I don't have anything to prove to anybody because I'm not hanging around a criminal or street element anymore. Therefore, I should stop trying to quote unquote be hard and avoid snitching to try to like look tough or look hard or whatever in front of my friends. The problem with that statement is that I'm not trying to look hard or be hard. I haven't talked to an active gang member in 25 years. I haven't lived homeless in the streets in 8 years. I don't talk to anybody who even does anything like even remotely criminal anymore. So me refusing to snitch on other people has nothing to do with me trying to look hard or whatever the case might be. It goes a lot, the thing about living by street code, people think street code is about committing crimes or hurting people or whatever. It's not about any of that. The code of ethics that you live by in the streets is intended to keep you out of trouble. And it'll keep you out of trouble when you're living a square, totally legal life as well. See, there's something beyond, you know, don't snitch on your friends or whatever, the reason I don't snitch. All right? Here's the thing. First of all, let's say that I see my neighbor doing something, right? Selling weed or, I don't know, beating somebody up or whatever the case might be, just something I don't want to see. My thought is, why would I call the cops on them? I'm really a firm believer in that if you have a problem with something somebody else is doing, and it's that bad where you just feel like you have to do something about it, then you should do something about it yourself. You should go and approach that person like a man. If whatever that person's doing doesn't motivate you to approach them yourself, then you don't need to be calling the police on that man or snitching out, reporting that man to whoever else. If you've got a problem with something somebody else is doing, especially a complete stranger who's not doing anything to bother you, then that's your fight. You're choosing to create that fight for yourself. You go and you handle your business like a man. You just, I just can't even understand the mentality of like, I got to do something about this guy across the street, but I don't want to approach him myself because I'm scared, so I'm going to call the cops on him. I mean, what the hell, man? It's your problem. You deal with it. And if it's not bad enough for you to deal with it, then you leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just about having some interpersonal character about yourself. But it goes beyond even that, the reason I don't snitch, and even as a law abiding citizen. And the reason I don't snitch as a law abiding citizen is because I believe in this thing you've all heard of called karma. And karma is the concept that whatever goes around comes around. All right, so basically, to me, it's like this. To me, snitching brings about bad karma to your life because if if you're snitching on something somebody else is doing, first of all, it's not your place to take them down. So, by you snitching on them, even though their situation's got nothing to do with you, you're inserting yourself into their bad karma. Why would I, if somebody else is doing something wrong, why would I want to insert myself into their bad karma? Then I've got their bad karma on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Plus two, like we all have skeletons in our closet. We all have things that we've done we're not proud of. And I really believe that when God sees you pointing the finger at others, snitching on others, especially others who aren't doing anything to hurt you or your family, when God sees you doing stuff like that, he sits back and he says, okay, well, I'm going to make sure somebody busts you out about something in the future. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some stuff about your past that you don't want to come up, will come up, and it'll cost you your job or whatever. And you wonder what happened. Well, what happened was God saw you snitching on these other people who weren't doing nothing to you. You didn't want to let God deal with them. You decided to put it on yourself to deal with them. So God decided to deal with you. So I really believe that snitching, just like anytime you insert yourself into someone else's business, snitching included, you bring bad karma into your life. Because it's not your place to be somebody else's judge and jury. So I've kept myself out of so much trouble by minding my own business, pretending I didn't see things that I've actually seen, and so on and so forth, not giving the police information about other people. People get hurt for that stuff. And again, like you got to understand, God is watching. He knows all the bad stuff you've done. So, and everybody's done bad stuff behind closed doors. I don't care who you are. I don't care what picture you present to society. Everybody's got their things that they've done. Now, most of my stuff is out there anyway, but still, minding your own business, not snitching on others, not making trouble for others, ensures that you don't attract bad karma to your life. It ensures that you don't attract bad attention to your life. Now, is that foolproof? Absolutely not. We live in a fallen, sinful world, and there's haters in this world. There's always going to be haters that try to bring you down. But I honestly believe that if you snitch on people and insert yourself into other people's business and karma and everything, that God is going to make sure that you have even more haters in your life than you would have had anyway. You know what I'm saying? That target on your back that, I don't want to say Satan, but, the bad people in this world have is just going to get that much bigger. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a self-respect thing, it's a character thing, and it's a karma. Most importantly, it's a karma thing. Everything you do to others will come back on you somehow. All right? Everything you do. So for me, I don't care what you're doing. If you're not hurting me, my family, my close friends, then I've got nothing to really say about what you're doing. I might step to you and be like, hey man, this is not a wise idea to live like this. But as far as causing trouble for you, I ain't going to do that. Plus, I'm supposed to be a representative of Christ anyway. Christ didn't go around snitching on people. And in order to win people to Christ, you have to win their trust. Nobody trusts somebody that snitched on them. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, it's a character issue for me. And it's a karma issue for me. So I hope this answers the question of why I still have a no snitch policy, even though I've been a law-abiding citizen for a very long time. It's just something that's deeply ingrained in me. I understand the logic and the spiritualness and all the reasoning behind it, and I firmly agree with that reasoning. And I'll never change. These kind of values are the values that I've lived with most of my life, and the values I will take to the grave with me. I need to be able to look myself in the mirror and be able to say that I'm a real man. I can't do that if I'm out here dropping dimes on people. So that's all for today. My Venmo's linked down below. Please show your love. We'll talk to you guys soon.